Hello, everybody. This is Anthony Beyond from Mission Star Podcast. We are back. Actually, gonna change that to Sony predictions. I probably misspelled that, but who cares? Anyways, I'm Anthony Beyond from Mission Star Podcast. With me to talk about the Sony press conference predictions is Greg Dietz.
What? Hi.
Yo, actually, anyway. Yeah, I love the fact that that was the first thing that happened. Actually, let me take the time to really fix you real quick.
Yeah, I was like, I have my camera up.
Yep, you have your camera up. Let me just do this live. Boom, and boom. Thank you, OBS. So, I was gonna say, so the Sony press conference is happening in about a half hour right now. Um, so, where to start? Okay, so Sony press conference. I think one of the first things I would like to get out of the way is that, if there's any press conference is going to show this fighting game wise, King of Fighters, Injustice 2, and Street Fighter 5 will definitely show at this press conference. Um, and it's going to be a Balrog trailer. It's my prediction. It's going to be more King of Fighters characters or an announced date, and it's going to be more Injustice 2 gameplay. So, just to get out of the way. But aside from that, there's definitely a lot of things going into this press conference that was last year that was announced that was huge. One of which I think that we'll definitely see the return of well, we'll see Final Fantasy VII, no question, no doubts about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll, I
Oh
want
my
to.
god. Sorry.
That's right. I want to say that we're gonna see some from Shenmue, but I'm not totally sure if we are gonna see something like that. So.
I mean, the only thing I think we'll see is that it passed its goal, and that last year was a huge success in terms of it being a title that clearly that people want.
Yeah,
I apologize, guys. There's something in my throat.
it's all right.
No, it is. And but that's about it. I don't think we'll see any gameplay. It's way too early for that.
Yeah.
Though I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely, I think we'll hear something.
Yes, definitely. The other thing I do want to bring up as well that it was shown from last year was Last Guardian. I think we're going to finally get a release date this year. I think that if it shows up in some sort of fashion, that we'll definitely see a release date. As far as like if that turns out to be true or not, I'm hoping to see something. Um,
Boy, I'm
but
sure.
we'll definitely have to wait and see how that goes. Um, One of the things that I think has been rumored for a good while since this early this year is Crash Bandicoot. That has been rumored for a while, and there's
Boy,
been
if
some
they
talks.
if they show a new Crash Bandicoot, that would be a fucking amazing. That might kill the internet.
I think it would. I think it would. Now, there's been some rumors that it's going to be the way that Crash is coming back is through Skylanders. Um, Whether that is the case, I'm not quite sure myself. But if there was any place to announce the return of Crash Bandicoot, it would be in this press conference for Sony. And Sony always has a trick or two up its sleeve during these E3 press conferences. So that's something to bear in mind for this press conference. Um,
Oh, I
aside
really hate
aside from that, I think that we're going to see the same things that we've seen in other press conferences so far. I think we'll see Titanfall 2. I think we'll see some of the other games that were showcased in other press conferences, including the Watch Dogs, including Destiny, on the Sony press conference. Um, as far as any other surprises, I think, if anything, that's right. Sorry, I forgot about this. If anything, the one other thing that Sony is going to probably acknowledge and show off is the VR, so PlayStation VR, and then also the Neo, the PlayStation Neo, because they did acknowledge that it is a thing that we knew about, but they did acknowledge the fact that it exists. So I think that they will talk about it. I'm not sure if they're going to show anything of it at the press conference, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Um, Aside from that, though, I think out of those big things, I think that I want to say like one of the things I think that's gonna because Uncharted's done. It's like unless they have like some other DLC with it, I don't think there's anything else to the Uncharted 4 game. Unless something else they want to bring up. I don't think there's anything coming out of
Yeah, I
that.
don't think I don't think we're getting that. I mean, maybe a Left 4 Dead 2. Not Left 4 Dead, Jesus Christ.
Fuck, don't think.
Last of Us 2.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's very true.
Um, I think we might get a new Killzone, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
possibly. I
I'm curious. What I'm really curious about is Sony's handheld division has been not great.
mhm.
Um, so I'm curious if they're going to announce anything for the Vita. One of the things they announce every single year or do a thing for every single year is their upcoming indie library. And they usually add that into the Vita, and I'm like, and my first thought every single time is like, nobody really buys or plays the Vita. Like nobody's talking about it. Nobody's like going out and trying to get it themselves. I mean, there's a few people that do, but it's not common enough to, I think, warrant them to continue producing it.
They didn't, but they did recently announce that they stopped producing the Vita. Like, as of I want to
Did
say,
they?
yeah, they say that they're gonna stop production on the Vita, as
Oh,
far as I know.
oh, I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, so like they're gonna that's why they're gonna cease like the PS TV like service like in August or in July. So yeah, man, the Vita's pretty much dead. So for the most
Yeah.
part.
All right. Cool. I don't know why I didn't hear about that.
But yeah,
When
like
did that news come out?
that came out. I want to say that came out. I want to say like 2 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was I?
I don't know. Where were you? Where were you 2 months from now?
2 months from now or 2 months ago? Let's see. Stressing about taxes and my Xbox.
No.
Yeah, that was it.
Gotcha. But yeah, there's no talk about Vita. I think if anything, it would just be on the VR and the Neo. They might announce a. I think it's a far left to think, or I'm trying to think of an obscure reference. Like, I think it'd be weird if Sony did announce a price drop for the PS4. Would it be weird to say that, or
No, I think what they're gonna with the standard PS4, they're not really going to talk about it, and I don't think there's going to be a price drop. What I think they're going to do is something that that Microsoft did today, and that's announced the new slimmer version of the PS4 that has better components in it and has a bigger hard drive for less than you can buy a PS4 right now.
yeah, definitely. I think that Final Fantasy 15 is gonna show up again in this press conference. I think that they're gonna take. I would say they'll probably show something different than what they showed in the Microsoft press conference, only because it's Sony and they're kind of like they're kind of, I wouldn't say flagship title, but like was pretty prominent on the Sony brand for a very long time. They'll show something different. I think they'll show something like probably completely new, and some way to entice the consumers in some aspect.
So I'm looking at some stuff on here on this list of possible things that they could talk about, and I think this is actually really interesting. So, a completely new and original Spider-Man game for the PS4 exclusively. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but I do like that idea. A little bit No Man's Sky, specifically the VR, like you can use the Vive with it.
Okay, all right.
Let's see, what else do they have here? Knack 2.
What's
Do you remember Knack? Knack was a game.
Knack. Okay, okay, gotcha. That's a far odds, I think, to bring back Knack. I mean, they wanted to, but I don't think they'll do it.
Right. Hearthstone console version, shown first on the PS4.
Fuck, that's a good. That's a good idea or good prediction, only because like um, Blizzard
None of
has
these are
dealt
mine,
with
by
it.
the way. I'm reading a list.
I mean, I know, but like that is a good thing to think about because like Blizzard did port over the Diablo 3 and the Definitive Edition onto PS4 onto the consoles. So I wouldn't put it past them to put it on the console version, Hearthstone. I could definitely see that. Holy fuck, good looking.
Rise of the Tomb Raider and what they have that's different than the PS4, or different on the PS4 versus the Xbox One version.
Did they show? I don't think they showed Tomb Raider at the Xbox press conference.
No, but Rise of the Tomb Raider was an exclusive only Xbox One for like 9 months, and then it was going
Let's
to
see.
use on everything else. And I think
Gotcha.
that Sony might be like, and here's our version, and it's better. So,
Yeah. Okay.
Hideo Kojima comes out and announces a new
Oh
game.
fuck, it's right. I totally forgot about that. Yes, we're gonna see the trailer for whatever he's been working on for however so long. So we'll definitely see what exactly Hideo Kojima has been working on, and I'm excited for that. Let's see what he does outside
Yeah.
of Konami.
Fucking, I don't know what this is, but Sony Band's new game shown. Sony Band, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it
But-
doesn't ring a bell.
Anyway, moving on. More on fucking David Cage's new game, Detroit.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna see. We'll see Detroit. Yeah.
So something funny happened, but apparently, from what I read online, the new God of War 4 was announced, or new God of War game was announced, or leaked. I'm sorry, it was leaked. And when Sony was notified about it, they were like, "Well, that wasn't supposed to be at the conference anyway."
Oh, interesting.
So,
So
But
God
as
of
I-
War 4. So
yeah. But as I said, a new Naughty Dog game. So whether that be Last of Us 2, a new Crash Bandicoot, or a reboot of Crash Bandicoot, or hell, even Jack and Dexter, I think that'll be
oh man.
I think that'll be a lot of fun to see what Naughty Dog brings.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's all they have on the list at the moment that I'm seeing.
I was gonna say, yeah, like I'm trying to think of other things as well in terms of like what other games they could potentially pull out, or games that they have in their repertoire to kind of just surprise us with. Um, I don't know. I honestly don't know what else they could think of. I mean, the other thing I was gonna say too is like they probably will show more Tekken 7. Tekken 7 was shown at the Microsoft press conference, but they'll probably be more expanded in the Sony press conference because that game is a multi-console game. So I'll definitely see more about that for sure. In terms of other games that could potentially be there per se, just kind of going off the top of my head, I think that we'll definitely see our what's the word I'm looking for? We'll definitely see some sizzle reel of some indie games, maybe some that have already been shown at the Microsoft press conference and other press conferences thus far. I think that we'll definitely see some surprises and specifically first-party games. Whether or not there is gonna be a new Killzone, I doubt it, but it could possibly happen. So, not sure that will or not. You know, the Naughty Dog thing is pretty good. Is something to think about for sure. I think that we'll definitely see some new IPs being shown at the Sony press conference. I don't think No Man's Sky is going to show up after the delay they just announced recently. I don't think they're going to show up in the press conference.
You know what I'm thinking, and this is kind of funny. I think it will show up, but they're gonna show off how VR will work with it.
Maybe. I doubt. I don't think they're going to show. But I mean,
They could.
Yeah,
They may
we'll
not.
see.
I
We'll see.
agree. I mean, it's
We'll see.
definitely an up in the air sort of thing. Like I can't make a prediction on that.
yeah, definitely. As far as anything else wise, I wonder like if there'll be some new IPs and there'll be some stuff. I think that they might show Skyrim, the HD version, like some gameplay of the HD. I don't know if they will or not. That's a long shot because it was gonna be for like Xbox One, PS4, and other. I think like those are the main two consoles that's gonna be the remake coming out for, with the mod support coming with it. So, I doubt, maybe, who knows, on that one. As far as anything else wise, I'm trying to just to the internet.
To the internet.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at stuff too, but I can't really.
Battlefront. No, I think they'll probably show some Battlefront stuff.
No, not Battlefront. Call of Duty.
Oh, that's
Infinite
right, Call
Warfare.
of Duty. That's right, I forgot. It's funny how that switch between now Sony's kind of the Call of Duty press conference and Microsoft used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see some Call of Duty. We'll see some new Call of Duty. What was it? Did Call of Duty? What's the new one?
Infinite Warfare. Well, the newest one, the one that's currently out is Black Ops 3.
Right. The one that I'm thinking of is Infinite Warfare. So.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if it's still around, but do you remember the game where you're in space and you're exploring in like 0G, and you're kind of an astronaut? I want to say the game was called Oxygen or something. It was very reminiscent of that movie that came out, I want to say last year or recently. But I can't remember the name of it. It tells me how much I know about games. But yeah, I think that will maybe show an appearance. It's a long shot. It's indie though. As far as anything else, we just looked at the list of games right now real quick. I kind of want to see. I want to see that Friday the 13th game show up in the Sony press conference. I saw the trailer for it recently, or the gameplay. It looks really good, actually. I want to see if it's gonna show up in the Sony press conference. I think that they'll fit pretty well, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. We got about 10 minutes. Oh, so what was actually leaked was that there is going to be a Berserk game. So the anime Berserk, they're having their game for the PS4, but it's much in the same vein as a Dynasty Warriors, I think, type of game. But I've been hearing a lot of hype about it, so we may end up seeing that during the press conference.
Yeah. More Horizon Zero Dawn. I want to see more of that.
Yes, definitely. We'll definitely see Horizon Zero Dawn for sure. This time, hopefully. Let's see. So this will be the second time it's been shown at E3, right? Like at Sony press conference.
Yeah, it was shown the first time last year, and there was actual gameplay. So maybe we'll see like an actual trailer that kind of gives a little bit into the story that we were going to get and the time setting, but also a release date.
Yeah, I think so too. I figure at this point you have a release date coming pretty soon.
I also feel like we're going to see some Destiny.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, Destiny.
Especially with the new expansion and whatnot coming out, absolutely see that happening.
Yeah. So if anything, if it's something that's already been, if it's the Rise of Iron stuff, then we'll see that.
Oh! I forgot a new Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
I saw a thing about that Gran Turismo Sport was like slightly announced.
Okay. I wouldn't doubt it. We see new Gran Turismo. We need a car racing game in Sony press conference in one fashion or another.
What if Destiny 2 was announced?
Oh my God! I don't. It's that after just announcing Rise of Iron or the trailer went up for it. I don't think that's.
Well, what if?
If that does happen in a what if situation, I think it would be very interesting. I'm not quite sure what the reaction would be. I think it would be mixed. I think
I don't know. I think if they do announce Destiny 2, it'll definitely be added with the Rise of Iron as the last DLC for Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that if they announce it, it'll come out like March of next year.
Yeah, definitely.
But another thing that somebody said on here was Capcom coming out and announcing Resident Evil 7.
Oh fuck! You're right. I totally forgot about that. Yes, Capcom is gonna come out. They're going to announce. I think. Okay, it's not gonna be Resident Evil 7. I think what they're gonna show is Resident Evil 2 remake. That's what's gonna happen.
That's a good call. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Capcom's definitely gonna be there with something.
Yes, yes. Capcom's working on some stuff. It's Resident Evil. I think they'll show Resident Evil 2 remake. There was some other thing they're gonna bring too. I remember they're working on. Man, it escapes me right now the name of it, but like I know it's Resident Evil, and then something else they're bringing to the table. I think it was. I want to say it was when the I can't pronounce the name. The Samurai Resident Evil clone game that they did. Onimusha.
Oh, Onimusha.
Yeah, yeah.
That might, yeah, maybe. There was kind of a small thing about it last year, if I'm not mistaken. Very briefly, very briefly, like a ninja running across rooftops or some shit like that.
Right. Oh yeah. Might be another game though. Actually, I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Well, moving on, just because we don't have a whole lot of time. Somebody says on here, Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's a long shot. That's a long shot. I don't think
that's a long shot.
Yeah.
We have Nier 2. More on that, since they kind of said that it was being made last year.
I think another long shot as well, but definitely can happen.
Gravity Rush 2.
Okay.
For the Vita. Yakuza 0. I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's the Yakuza series games is it's actually really good. It's very niche though too. I want to say yeah. I think we'll see a Yakuza game. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that that's gonna show up.
Somebody was talking about PlayStation Now. Like they might bring that up in some fashion.
PlayStation Now, is that the online TV service that they are offering?
Yes.
I think they will. I think they will talk maybe some about it, maybe.
So something we haven't seen all E3 so far, at least I haven't seen anything about it, is, and this person makes a good point, Telltale games. So the Batman one,
true. Yeah,
Walking Dead season 3, and possibly another one that they haven't announced yet. Something about that maybe.
Yeah.
That's all on this list.
Okay, I can definitely see some Telltale games being shown and announced. I think that they will definitely show up at this press conference, if any. But yeah, I think they will. We got about 4 minutes left before the press conference begins. So, what are things? So I'm gonna put out to you, Greg. What is the thing you are most looking forward to and hoping that to be announced?
To be announced? God,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a new Resident Evil or a new Rockstar IP would be really fucking cool.
Oh fuck.
If Capcom came out when they were like, blah 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 Mega Man, I'd be like, yeah, let's do that. Like a game that's associated with the new cartoon or some shit like that. / anime, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Or anything Last Guardian. Like that game has had me for years now because I'm a big fan of Team Ico. I love Ico and I absolutely adore Shadow of the Colossus. So what they showed last year of The Last Guardian actually had a little bit of tears running down.
Mm-hmm.
So, Balthazar actually says something interesting in the chat. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. Like, the Final Fantasy VII series is episodic.
Yeah, they did say that they wanted to make an episodic game out of it, and the release date, I think they will. I think they will show a release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake, Part 1, because they did say it's going to be an episodic game, or something along those lines. So I think we'll see some out of that for sure.
Okay.
As far as me per se, I would like to see Resident Evil 2 Remake shown at this press conference. I would be very curious to see what Shenmue looks like. I'm not sure. I don't think they're going to show anything about that. But
I don't think I think Shenmue will be announced in some way, shape, or form, simply because the Kickstarter was successful.
Yes.
And it was announced at last E3. That's the only reason it'll be brought up.
Yeah. But outside of that, like, I want to say that I'm looking forward to some of the fighting games, Injustice 2, King of Fighters, Street Fighter, and the usual suspects. But I'm very curious about what. I'm very hopeful that Crash Bandicoot comes back and is announced, because Sony's
Yeah,
pretty
that
good
too.
at Sony's pretty good at breaking the internet already, as from last year's press conference. I want to see it happen again this year.
Last 2 years,
What was the 2 years prior? Like it was.
it was the announcement of the PS4, and it destroyed.
Oh
What was that, three
shit!
years
You're right.
ago? It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. And they just. No, I remember that press conference. Oh, that was great. That was glorious.
Yeah,
um.
they did it. So Sony has at this point pretty much won E3 the past 2 years. If we're going by that scale,
Yeah.
as it stands right now, the company that, in my opinion, has had the best press conference was Ubisoft. Oddly enough,
So far,
uh,
yes, Ubisoft has been the strongest one thus far.
so hopefully Sony can change that. As far as I know, Nintendo is just going to have the Treehouse event. They're not actually doing any announcements. They don't even have a direct out tomorrow morning or anything like that. So uh, they're kind of out of the running for best press conference.
Yeah.
As I pointed out to somebody, the thing about these conferences is that these are strictly entertainment at this point. They're less informational and more just straight entertainment. Half the time we know what's happening and we know what's coming up, so it's no longer a shock. So it looks like it's starting, by the way.
All right then. So with that being said, we're gonna stop the stream, guys. We're going to host the channel. We will come back after the press conference is over and give our reactions. So with that, we see you guys in a bit. Enjoy the press conference, and we'll see you guys.